Good morning, happy Tuesday, yo strangers. Who did I miss at the pre-party? Who did I miss? Wolfcat, good morning. Nana Banana, good morning. Sherry Hill, good morning. Coco! Hello, Coco. Who else did I miss? Mermaid, can't miss Mermaid. There's my girl Avie. Prissy Missy, hello. Hello again, Kiki. Miranda, good morning. Woo! Hello, Zach Walker. Yo, stranger. I saw the fish you got. Boy, do you ever mount any of those? Do you throw them back? Do you eat them? And I missed you guys yesterday. But, when life gives you lemons, you go buy some Mike's Hard Lemonade, if you know what I mean. Crazy day, crazy weekend. Bedlam was a nail biter. And it's kind of hard because you have two teams, from your state. But, there's one that you want to win, but it's kind of hard to be mad either way. But hey, out of over 100 years, OSU has won 20 times. So, woohoo, good for you. Good for you. Good for you. And it's going to be 85 here today. Certainly no socks. Went from running the heat to running the air conditioner again. Public Service of Oklahoma's loving that shit, let me tell you. And update on OJ. There are two birds that are perched on our porch that won't leave, and he's taking it very personal. I don't know what this noise is he's making, but he's not going to stop till those birds come to him. So that's how it's going. That's how it's going. So while I let everybody pile in here and let's get ready for, I guess, Metabolism Tuesday, let's tell everybody hi, hello, howdy. Lip lock. Hello, my friend. She said, is OJ chittering? I'm going to have to take a video of it. It's almost like he's trying to chirp like a bird. And it's hilarious. My husband's like, what is he doing? He's like, me, 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 me. I can't even explain it. I'll take a video today and put it up for you guys. It is hilarious. Good morning, I see you. Good morning, my friend. Well, I tell you what, we have had a lot going on for sure. I don't know where to begin, especially after having yesterday off with my crazy day, but that's all right. So let's start with comments from the last show, and then we're going to get caught up. How about that? All right, this is from the show last week titled Missing Hours. If you missed it, go catch up. We had a great talk. Eileen said 2 missing in one family is so suspect to me. How can Candace and her mom not be involved? Common sense prevails here, does it not? You have 2 people, one family. Poof. Vanish without a trace. And the scenario is always the same. There's no evidence, they're not going to find them. 2 in one family. Rad Mil Araxon, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Please forgive me. Says, in my opinion, the June 15th was pre-planned well in advance. Everyone in this case lies. It's beyond frustrating. Yeah, it is. We heard even more lies over the weekend. Jaw-dropping. We're going to talk about that. Shep said, I noticed something in the Chris McDonough walkthrough video. They claim someone got Summer from the basement, but Candace said she moved the boys down there later so they weren't upstairs. Why on earth would you do that? Think about this, okay? Even Can't should understand this. You're saying that your daughter was abducted from the basement, and then you move your 3 boys down there. Now, it was already odd enough that with an abductor on the loose, according to you, you sent them down to the creek with pocket knives. Why would you do that with an abductor on the loose? So the very place that she was supposedly abducted from, according to them, not the FBI card unit, you moved the 3 boys down there? Why? Why would you do that? Great point, Shep. Okay, over the weekend, I saw in several of the Summer Wells groups, Jackie Dobbs came back up. Jackie Dobbs. Now, I don't think Jackie Dobbs has anything to do with Summer's disappearance. He doesn't have the means, the motive, or really the opportunity. He's already given his receipts to TBI. He was at the Roadway Hotel, I think in Kingsport. But I did come across a very interesting video. I love this channel, Criminal. I'm going to put it up. She needs more subscribers. And she has put together a very interesting interview or video between Jackie and Jody Sue. Now, there's something going on about Jackie's dog getting away and getting hit by a car. Yeah, and that's horrible. You know, that's horrible. I've had dogs I can't keep up with. But I just don't think the dog getting away from him makes him suspect in Summer's disappearance. But that's just me. We're all friends here. We can agree to disagree, tell our opinions. It's a safe place. So, let's look at this. It's very interesting. We got a lot to discuss today.
In June 2021, Jackie Dobbs bought a small piece of land next to Andy and Jody Sue on Ben Hill. On June the 14th, the day before Summer vanished, he went there with plans to stay. But as he arrived, he got into an argument with Andy and Jody Sue over property lines.
Okay, that was on June 14th. Now, Jody has made it very clear there has been almost a Hatfield and McCoy situation out there on Ben Hill over property. I don't get it. But it's been confirmed by others that there was some animosity over property.
Recently, Don B released a 48-minute-long conversation with Dobbs where he explains his version of events. If you feel like watching the entire conversation, I really recommend it, and you'll find a link in the description box.
I got there on the 14th of June in 19 and 20 and 21. I got there right before 4 o'clock. And guess who the first person that comes by in a white Sonoma pickup is? That's Don.
Yeah.
So the first person he came across was Don. Now, according to Don, he never saw Jackie. Okay, now pay attention to the dates he gives us. And pay attention to your umbrellas, because our girl Canvas and Crime is making it rain. And I know Jackie gets really pissy. Well, see, this is what happens when people blame you for shit you didn't do. He's made it very clear. He's talked to the authorities. They know his whereabouts on June 15th. So the dates he gives, he was there on the 14th. He came across Dawn. He went back out there on the 19th. Unless I misheard that.
It seemed to me that Don had something on his mind.
And this was the day before?
Yeah, the day before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he seemed like he had something on his mind. You ever see a man have like 1,000-mile stare?
No time.
Okay, to me, it is no coincidence that both Jackie and Dudley have said Dawn was way off on the 14th, and that's that's for Dawn, okay? So him saying he had something on his mind, he had the 1,000-mile stare, and Dudley says the exact same thing. Jackie and Dudley don't know each other. They can't mastermind this story.
How he claims Don seemed to have something on his mind, which reminded me of Dudley's statement.
He was the one that was sitting on a damn toilet the day that he fired me, staring at his phone like he lost something in his life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was on a Saturday, a Monday. That's when I got fired. You know, and I was like,
Okay, he said that was a Monday. Well, Summer went missing on a Tuesday. Hence why I think they get all hopped up every Tuesday. You know they're going to pull some real crazy shit on Tuesdays. He said that's when I got fired. So Dudley gets fired on the 14th. Many would speculate it's so that Dawn wouldn't have any eyes on him on the 15th. He said, you know, and I'm like, what the F is wrong with you? You look like you lost your best friend.
what the fuck's wrong with you? You look like you lost your best friend. You know what I mean? All this. And Don's demeanor, when I met him, he seemed like he had something on his mind.
Yeah.
But we talked a short while.
Goddamn, I wish this dude wasn't such a fucking liar and actually.
Many of Dobbs' statements concerns Jody Sue. She reacted to the conversation and calls him a liar pretty much throughout the entire video. In May 2021, the month before everything went down, Jody Sue went live on Facebook and expressed her feelings regarding an offer she had made that wasn't accepted by the seller.
$7,000 to try to build a $500,000 house on that piece that I hope falls off the goddamn bank. I hope her greed eats her and everybody else. Had she taken my offer, which is stupid enough to move into fucking big.
That's what sellers do. They take the best offer. She goes, I hope her greed eats her up. I imagine Jody is upset. She wanted the property.
Beach Creek in somebody else's fucking yard because they know they can die. So somebody needs to maybe whisper that for the first time in history of Beach Creek, people are tired about fucking staters and out-of-towners thinking they're going to move the fuck in there and do this bullshit. I've never seen anybody move on top of anybody else that wasn't family inside of the country like this, but here we are.
Well, you have Don and Candace. One's from Utah, one's from Wisconsin. Can someone refresh my memory? Where's Jackie from? Is he from Georgia? There's a lot to remember. So she wants it basically family on the road. Now, these are her words, not mine.
But the point is people would have made more had they just taken our fucking shit. And none of this would be happening and people wouldn't be in danger.
She has always had this narrative. She said in a video before Summer went missing, people are going to start disappearing over these land arguments.
No, I don't give a
We talked a short while, maybe 2 minutes, and he's gone, and he alerted his acquaintances.
Nobody alerted anything. The Monster and I woke up from nap because he had come home early the day, and that was the plan, and the tree cutters cut out early, and whatever. I want a goddamn polygraph, and I want the rest of these motherfuckers to go fall off a cliff somewhere. Shut the whole fuck up.
Yeah, something's really, bothering her. If she wants a polygraph, go take one. I thought Jody Sue had taken one. Not that I care about polygraphs.
And about 15 minutes later, here comes Jody and Andy Sue just raising sand. Andy.
Did he call him Andy Sue? Damn, Jackie. About 15 minutes later, here comes Jody and Andy Sue.
And Jody Sue are raising hell on me. I could tell I wasn't too much welcome there.
Huh.
Although on the land, I was trespassing on my own land.
Yeah.
But
So they had an argument, the cops were called, and Dobbs ended up leaving to stay at a motel for the night. He also speaks about how Andy and Jody Sue went looking for him that night. I know Jody Sue has addressed this prior, and to my understanding she claimed that they were searching for him because he gave them bad vibes and they wanted to know where he was to feel safe for the night. But Dobbs has another theory.
they were on the evening of the 14th. They're saying that they were looking for me.
Why were they looking for you?
I was allowing legal action against Bernard, I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
I,
I've had other theories too. I'm thinking something may have happened to the little girl before the 15th, and
He has theories, but yet the feds have said they are positive Summer was fine on the 15th.
they were.
And it's been tweeted to Leslie many times. Do you have proof of life of Summer on the 15th? And she has replied every time, yes. I know there's theories that she went missing before the 15th, but the missing date has never changed from law enforcement. So that's all we know.
Looking to knock me off and plant evidence.
huh.
Wow.
That's a
That'd be a no, sir. Holy shit. Okay.
theory.
Hi, Precious. It's time for treats.
This is a post Dobbs made way back.
His post, and I may be alive today because AB, which is Andy Bernard and company, didn't know where I was. And had they allowed me to stay, they could knock me off, plant evidence, and all be well. Just my theory. That's his opinion.
The day that that little girl went missing, were you even up in the Beach Creek area?
No.
Okay.
I always have to go out and walk around every hour or two, so we're walking around the ground every hour or two that afternoon.
Right.
And I'm sure that the TBI has all the tapes of that day. I hope they do anyway.
Makes sense. You're in a hotel room with your dog. Dogs have to go poo-poo. Dogs need exercise. So about every hour, he was going outside. We know there's cameras in the lobby. There's cameras around hotels.
On the way home on the 16th, Andy Bernard called me, and he told me he would give me the TBI's number, so I called the TBI.
Uh-huh.
Before I left Tennessee, I called them, and they didn't say not to leave Tennessee. So, and I didn't have a place to stay in Tennessee, so I went back down to clean up. I talked to FBI. The FBI sent two guys to see me since I've been, or since that interview in June. They haven't been bothering me. They checked my story out, and you know.
That means you're cleared, Jackie. If they have no further questions for you and they're satisfied with the interview, then they don't need anything more with you. But we know that Detective Pruitt said he'd like to get communication going with Dawn and Candace. Well, he said them. So Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. He said they used to be able to talk, but now we know there's no cooperation. According to Dawn, his PI calls TBI every now and then, but not him. Not Kent, and not Grandis Abandis.
Yeah.
Dobbs also mentions Jody Sue's dog, which makes her believe he's lying.
I was hoping I'd be there and I could turn Elvis Lewis name off the lease, but I don't know about that place. Jody Sue had that big ass dog up there.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Hey, let me tell you something. He could have never seen that dog. So, Dobbs, I'm going to ask, if you ever seen that dog, that means you were up further on the property at some point that you claim you were never on prior. If you ever laid eyes on that fucking dog, Dobbs, that means you were at the very top. Why? Oh, boy. Means you were there before, Dobbs.
Dobbs had posted regularly about missing children on his Facebook before June 15th, which is something many have found suspicious. He addressed why he was doing so.
Like I say, I was sharing those pictures from that center with good intentions.
Yeah.
You know, the center for missing and exploited children.
Oh,
At the end of the interview, Don B. and Dobbs had a good talk on where the focus needs to be, but Jody Sue was still very upset.
Yeah, I mean, looking back on all that now, you probably had no idea what was coming, did you?
I had no idea. It's the craziest thing that ever happened to me in my life, Don.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, what we can, I mean, everybody just needs to settle down.
Yeah.
And because we have to stop and think, what would Summer want? That's what we've got to strive to do is you know, if Summer would want us to not.
I'll tell you, Summer wouldn't like most of you motherfucking YouTubers. These are facts. You people suck. She wouldn't like shit any of you motherfuckers are doing. That's what Summer, you pieces of shit.
You know, whether the outcome's going to be good or bad, you know, she would want us to focus on her and not us.
She wouldn't like most of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. That picture of her in the back of the seat of the truck there, that is awful. Kind of.
Shut the fuck up.
Dobbs, Jody Sue, Andy, and this land dispute may not have anything to do with Summer's disappearance, but I do feel that there seems to be many coincidences happening all at once. We have a piece of land being sold to an outsider, the land dispute on the 14th. Also on the 14th, Dudley gets fired and Don is acting in a noticeable way, according to both Dobbs and Dudley, all on the 14th. On top of that, we've been told that Don began taking the Subaru to work only a few days prior to the 15th. Then poof, on the 15th, Summer vanishes right in the middle of a CPS investigation. I can't help but to wonder, was this the perfect opportunity for the abductor, supposedly someone known to Summer, to put the blame on someone else? Could it have been part of an intentional build-up of the perfect storm for the perfect crime? Or is it all coincidental? What do you think?
I think Criminal is right. It's the perfect storm before what we know right now could be the perfect crime, because there is absolutely nothing. Diana, thank you for the super sticker, my friend. I appreciate you very much. Now, of course, Jody had plenty to say about Jackie. Plenty to say. I'm going to put the link in again for Criminal's video. She needs more subscribers. Go check it out. Of course, we know what Candace has to say about Jody. But Candace trips herself up in her own recollections and lies.
I don't know about Jackie Dobbs. I've just heard about him. I don't know about Jody Stu. I've talked to Jody Stu time and time again, and every time she talks to me, her story has changed.
Like in how?
Okay, like, for instance, like, she said that she was down on the bottom after she heard somebody scream or whatever. She was never at the bottom of that driveway. I drove down there faster than she could fucking fly.
Okay. So she said, so the scream, of course, is out of the question now, right? There was no scream, right?
There's no scream, dude. She's maced all that shit up. Why? I can't lie. It's not in my metabolism.
Okay.
Now, if she was standing down there, was that after Summer had came up missing?
I don't know when she got down there. I just know when I drove down to my mom's truck, she was down there.
Okay.
Was she already looking, or was she doing something different?
She was just standing on the corner.
Very, very interesting.
Right.
Was it surprising, you coming down the drive knowing your daughter?
Yeah, because usually Jody Sue don't walk around. Why? I can't lie.
Like her ass would know what Jody Sue does. Come on. Anyone that's been down that road says you can't see the house up there. Several people missed the driveway many times. Yeah, it's not in her metabolism to lie. But you have at the beginning of that clip, she says there was no scream, dude. She just makes all that shit up. Then she's like, she was just standing on the corner. And of course, Benny's all in. Prayer Garden's trying to absorb it. She was just standing on the corner of a dead-end road. What corner? Winslow, Arizona? So then now she's saying there was a scream. Dawn said the scream was bullshit. Then he does the interview with the station out of, I believe, Knoxville, where he's taking him down the mysterious dog trail. He goes, and a neighbor heard a scream. So it's got to fit the theory of the day. All right, switching gears. We're going to be doing that a couple times in this show. Last week, Toaster Oven did an amazing job. She got an interview, go check out her channel, with, I believe it was the director of the Child Advocacy Center in Rogersville. Now, I have never questioned that the center does amazing things for children. Never. What I've always had an issue with, and I understand the argument, but the argument doesn't hold any water in my bucket. When a child particularly is missing, the reward does not go away until said child is found or the case is solved. Then have at it. Could you imagine if the family of Kyron Horman were told that, hey, we decided to dissolve his reward and we're going to give it to this homeless shelter in Portland? No. Could you imagine if the family of Michael Vaughn were told, look, it's been a couple of years, we haven't found him, so we're going to dissolve the reward and we're going to give it to the food bank in Fruitland? No. No. That reward, in my opinion, was never intended for Summer. They had plans from the beginning to use it for something else. Why? I will never know. Why the Churchill Foundation, who they've got some messy accounting, was ever involved, I will never understand. Again, no one is questioning that the Child Advocacy Center does great things. But the great thing we need is a reward hanging out there, because eventually some nasty person in their circle will talk. Now there's nothing hanging out there. Nothing. Not that the family was going to get the reward. Actually, in this case, I wouldn't be shocked, but you know what I'm saying. So my question has never been, does the Child Advocacy Center do good things for the children? Of course they do. Of course. My problem is the reward was taken away and Summer is still missing.
11 at 6, the team you can trust for 70 years.
An agency that helps abused children will receive thousands of dollars donated to the Summer Wells Reward Fund. Good evening, I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. Court documents reveal that was the decision of a Hawkins County judge last week. The reward money donated by the public in hopes of generating leads in the search for the 5-year-old girl who was reported missing by her parents June 15th of 2021.
Well, despite an Amber Alert and a year and a half of intense searching, Summer has never been found. Without a resolution in the case, questions arose about what should happen to the approximately 40.
She's never been found. Mic drop. She has not been found. But $40,000 goes to the Child Advocacy Center. Great. Great. But she hasn't been found. That's what the reward is for. Just like if there's a GoFundMe set up for someone's medical bills and they decide to go on vacation, that's called fraud. They took away a wonderful tool to get someone to talk.
$1,000 in an account administered by the Churchill Rescue Squad.
Yeah, the rescue squad asked the court to intervene to resolve any legal disputes. The judge ruled the Children's Advocacy Center of the 3rd Judicial District alone will receive the money. Summer Wells, 7 years old.
And her Amber Alert remains active tonight. Credible tips can be phoned into the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND or emailed in to tips2TBI@tn.gov.
Crazy. Crazy. And again, last week, a few days ago, a body was found. This is separate from the other one. Body found November 2nd around 5 p.m. The Greene County Sheriff's Department responded to report. And there's Tim. Any idea of age? Guess who wasn't concerned yet again? Drywall Dawn and Can't. Matter of fact, they blessed us with this picture. Missing our children, but God give us encouragement. Thank you, everyone. Praying for our family. Our girl Holly fixed it. Thank you, Holly. She said everything and everyone we touch turns to shit. Who's next? Who's next? How can you have remains found in your area and not immediately say, oh my gosh, what if it's my daughter? How does that make any sense? Now, switching gears again, we get to more lies of Dawn's. This is from a couple of months ago on Evil Exists. He's got a good ear for picking out stuff that Dawn says.
After more than 2 years of Summer Wells going missing, one would think the TBI in Hawkins County would have more on the person that took her, as well as her whereabouts. Are they really that stuck? Are they still at square one? How is it even possible? Unless this is bigger than we all think. Is this some sort of ring or something? So many people involved, or could this be a cover-up? And that's why no arrests are taking place. Of course, people are going to start to ask whether this is a cover-up.
We're going on 2.5 years. This is November. We're almost to the middle of November. That'll be, I just can't even wrap my mind around it. Or as Candace says, and she said this a couple of months ago, it's 2.5 going on 3 years. So there's no hope to find Summer?
We don't even get updates on Summer anymore. What's really going on behind the scenes? Tim Mullen continues to say that DCS closed the case the day before Summer vanished. I don't believe it. I would like to see proof of that happening. Because how can DCS close the case after visiting Ben Hill Road and seeing the conditions the kids lived in? However, after Summer vanishes, they say the conditions of the house need to be improved before the boys can come back. I remember Dawn and Candace trying to make changes, paint and all that initially. Don't think they're doing anything now. The boys don't want to return. Summer's hair was matted in many of the pictures. Her 2 front teeth were decayed. People in the church saw it, and I often wonder why no one did anything. We've heard many reports from people describing the poor living conditions, the lack of proper nutrition and other very disturbing claims about the Wells residents. But DCS closed the case allegedly the day before. According to Mary, she says that's just Dawn's word. The case wasn't closed. I agree with her. I think there was still an active investigation. And initially it was going around that DCS was supposed to come back to Ben Hill Road on the day Summer vanished too.
And I heard the 16th. I agree with Mary 100%. Dawn's words don't hold any water, okay? The truth is in there somewhere because he told Clyda that they were set to come back on the 16th. Something was mentioned about a body map. Now, Clyda wouldn't know what the hell that means.
So, it's either Dawn is not being truthful about the case being closed or DCS failed Summer and her brothers. Which is it? If the case was closed, then I'm sure Dawn can give us some proof of that.
Sure he can. Because at some point, they're going to have a letter that says founded or unfounded. I don't believe anything was closed. I think it's just what we have heard. Candace would duck out. She would avoid them. You name it. Now we get to a phenomenal job by our friend Josh at the lab. His FOIA was answered. I'm only going to play part of it because it's 2 parts and I want you guys to watch it on his channel. Josh has done amazing work and he knows how to get the best of Dawn, and he's not trying to get under his skin, in my opinion. I fully expected, considering this is an interrogation, I fully expected it to be in person and on video. But law enforcement in this case never ceases to amaze me, but not in a good way. Since when do you interrogate over the phone and let the suspect of SA control the conversation? The government has endless resources. I don't care what Hawkins County says. There's always something to tap. Old boy in Roy, Utah should have been on a plane and gone there. Incarceration, big whoop. You know how many times they pull people out of cells to talk to them about other cases? All the time. How many times have they called the BTK killer out? Because they have found other crimes that fit his MO. They don't say, hey, is BTK there? Is BTK available? I know he spends 23 hours a day in his cell and all he has to read is Westboro Baptist pamphlets, but does he have a second to talk to me? There's another crime that we think he might be involved in. Hell no. They go rolling in and say, get him out of there. But either way, Josh did a great job of getting this. Just once again, law enforcement is not exactly following their own protocol, their own book. But Josh is A-okay in my book.
Okay, here he is. Just a minute.
Right there, the minute I heard that, I thought, duh, thug. All right, here he is. Just a minute. No. I could just imagine Josh and Chris McDonough when they heard this. They probably thought, what the hell is going on?
Don't make any other phone calls, okay?
Well,
All right, is this Donald?
Yeah.
Hi, Donald. My name is John. I'm a detective. I'm a detective with the Roy City Police Department in Utah.
Okay. Okay.
Do you go by Donald? What do you prefer
It
that
don't
I call?
matter. It don't matter. What's this about?
It don't matter. It don't matter. What's this about? He knows what it's about. Why else would Roy City, Utah be calling you, Don? They should have been across the table from you in a room with no windows to read your body language and see how you react to questions. Two detectives, not, hang on, here he is. Please hold for Mr. Wells. Mr. Wells? Mr. Wells, have you finished your beefaroni? Hold on. Let me get you a napkin and you can come to the phone.
Well, Donald, I've got actually 3 open cases that you've been named as suspect in. So, I mean, before I can kind of get into them,
these are all lies, right? I mean, these are all lies, and I'm going to tell you something else.
So, Donald,
all the cases that you say you have against me, that's all lies. I've seen all that on YouTube and all that crap. I've seen all that. That's all lies.
Okay, you're going to hear the words YouTube many times out of Don's mouth. Okay? Don or Donald. It doesn't matter. He just wants to know what this is about because he's friggin' busy. Now, I don't know why the hell he keeps referring the detective back to YouTube, and the detective lets him run this interrogation. Again, thank you so much, Josh, with the lab for getting it. I go back to Ernie confronting Candace about Dawn showering with Summer. She said she didn't know, of course. Then she said if she finds out it's true, oh, it's going to be hell to pay. It's going to be hell to pay. Well, what is she going to say about this? 3 people? But she's still hanging out, is she not?
Donald, before I can talk to you because you're incarcerated, I've got to advise you of your rights. So,
so what are you saying? I'm under arrest or what?
No.
Dickhead, you're already in jail. You're already incarcerated. He says he's got to read you your rights. You know the drill, Don, very well, like the back of your hand.
Who's these open cases? What are you talking about? Who's the open cases again? What are you talking about? What kind of open cases?
Okay, you're not giving me a chance here. So it's not. I didn't say you're under arrest. I said because you are incarcerated.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. You ain't got to read me my rights because I'm going to tell you right now they're all lies and it's all bullshit.
You don't even know what he's going to say. He could be talking about trespassing, stealing tools, drugs. But you already know what this conversation's about.
You ain't got to read me my rights because I'm telling you, it's all bullshit. There ain't none of that stuff true.
Donald, you're not.
My daughter out here has been abducted, and they went off the hook. And my stepdaughter or my stepsisters have said all kind of crazy stuff that ain't true. It's all lies.
Can I read you the Miranda warning and then talk to you about these cases? Is that okay?
No, we don't ask for permission from the accused, the suspect, whatever you want to call him. You just read the damn rights and go on. You're wasting time letting him talk. He's running the show, and I don't like it. Again, I imagine when Josh and Chris McDonough heard this, their face probably fell off. Just read the rights. Don't ask for dumbass's approval.
Well, you're wasting your time, but whatever. But
All
why
right.
don't you, yeah,
All right, Donald.
whatever, man.
All right, Donald. It's just I have to do this, Donald. You're incarcerated. I can't start talking to you without you because you're being detained. This is what Miranda is: detention and questioning. So you're being detained over there. I have to advise you of your rights. Okay, that's why I'm doing
my
this.
rights.
Okay.
This is ridiculous.
All right, Donald. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be represented before any questioning if you wish one. If you decide to answer questions now without having counsel present, you may stop answering questions at any time. Also, you may request counsel at any time during questioning. All right, Donald, you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yeah, I understand my rights. I told you that.
Okay.
Damn, man.
Damn, man. I understand my rights. I told you that. You might as well have them tattooed on your arm. He's like, you're wasting my time here. With good behavior, I can get in Gin Pop and start watching TV.
All right, you're getting a little testy with me, and all I've been is cordial with you.
Well, and so ain't you? You're acting like,
No, I ain't.
Whatever,
I ain't acting like nothing. I'm just trying to talk to you, is all. So it's okay if I talk to you then about these cases?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's all bullcrap. You can talk all you want. I'm telling you right now, it's all bullshit.
Okay.
It's all bullshit and it's all lies. Anything to do with my stepsisters is all lies. Do you know anything about my daughter that disappeared off our property? You know anything about that?
No, I don't, sir. That's not my case.
Yeah. Well, my daughter disappeared off my property when I was at work one day, and she hasn't been found. And FBI, TBI, and everything's been all over the case. And I've been a nervous wreck, and it's been a nightmare ever since. And
So nervous, you violated your parole by getting a DUI. Hang on, Madam Secretary's in here. She said there's a picture of the cop running around the YouTube streets. He's legit. Yeah, it's a legit. I'm going to call it an interview because we don't interrogate over the phone. We're in a room with no windows, normally 2 detectives, and they have him in the hot seat. It's filmed, the whole 9 yards. We've seen many interrogations on this channel. Many.
stepsisters started all these lies and stuff and everything because they've always hated my guts, and they've always called the cops on me every time I turn around, and they've always done everything to me that they can all my life to destroy my life. And this is just another attempt to destroy my life. You know, it's bad enough my little girl's gone, and now they're going to do all this. And it's all lies.
Well, I'm not, like I said, you're not under arrest. I don't.
No, you're already incarcerated, dum-dum. Lisa Durr has a great point. You bring up Summer, he changes the subject to something else. You bring up the sisters and their accusations, he wants to talk about Summer. Now, Don knows his way around the system. El Sistemo. He knows. He knows that this detective in Utah has absolutely no dog in the fight for Summer. He knows that, but he's going to keep changing it back. Do you know anything about my daughter that was abducted off our property? He's like, no, that's not my case.
I don't pretend to know anything. I'm just calling to get your side of the story. That's what I'm trying to do.
Well, okay, all right. Well, yeah, it's all lies. All lies.
I haven't even told you anything yet. I haven't even started yet.
Well, if it's anything to do with my stepsisters, it's all lies.
So, yeah, so Mary has reported to us that
That's the biggest liar ever.
back
He hasn't even started with the accusations, and he's already cutting off. That's the biggest liar ever. We've seen him do this before, answer questions before the question is even done. By the way, I have some very interesting news. Again, I'm switching gears. Our friend Magoo had an update on her phone. After she completed the update, guess what was on there? A coin pusher app. Yes, my friends. I have to get with peas in a pod. It seems now that Magoo is now on our Olympic coin pushing team. Peas, can you please write that down? You are the captain.
in 1979 or 1980, you were hanging around with Mitch and Chris.
Yeah, I've heard the story. It's all lies, buddy. I'm telling you, she's a liar. It's a lie.
Okay.
It's a lie, man. It's on YouTube. I had done a talk about this whole thing right here on YouTube. It's all on YouTube, and it's a lie.
All right.
She's the biggest liar ever. When she's been caught in so many lies on YouTube, it ain't even funny.
Yeah, she's
a
saying
snake in the grass. Yeah, I know what she's saying.
She's saying that this would have happened at your house here, 1719.
Okay, so now he's going to start giving him years. He keeps saying she said so many lies on YouTube. Word to the wise. It's not a crime to lie to people on YouTube. Shocker, I know. But I think we can think of quite a few creators that would be locked up if it was a crime to lie on the tubes. But this is his biggest argument. She's lied on YouTube. I don't remember anybody swearing her in and saying, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, to YouTube? I never remember that when Mary or Jeannie went to talk. Or Rhonda. Hey, Chloe, you old stranger. Oh, I see Tamara has the coin pusher app as well. Mermaid's been practicing at Chuck E. Cheese. I hope Peas is getting all this down because she's the captain of our coin pusher Olympic team.
South and you guys kind of chased her around and pulled her clothes off.
No, that's a lie. That is a lie. That's the biggest lie ever.
He made mention to Cher that all the black guys, I'll probably get in trouble for that on YouTube. This is what Don said, not me. Were always after Mary because she had big old jugs and a big old booty at one point. These are Don's words. Now, I don't know what the race has to do with it, because my husband's as white as Wonder Bread, and he likes a fat ass and big jugs.
She's a huge liar. Wow, it's so unbelievable that she's doing this. Yeah, it's the biggest lies. No. Hell to the no, buddy. Lies.
Okay. So you're saying
that hell to the no, buddy. So now we're pulling out the buddy. Just like he did with Jeff Bobo, Rogersville Review. She's gone, buddy. She just gone, buddy.
That didn't happen.
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Another case I have is with Jeannie.
No, yeah, another liar.
Okay. She's saying that she was abused by you sexually about at the age of started at the age of 5 or 6. And went all the way to the age of 13.
She's a liar too.
And this all occurred at your parents' house there. Probably she thought it was in 1977.
She's a liar.
She's a liar. Now, as we learned from Jared with Adventures of Purpose, this statute of limitations things that some people on Facebook and YouTube keep arguing, even though they're not lawyers. If the statute meant something, this dude wouldn't be making the phone call. That only makes sense to me. And it only makes sense to me that we grab our umbrellas because our favorite fisherman, Zach, gifted 5 Crime Lines and Laws memberships. New members, please catch up. Check out the members' lives. We had a very, very fun live for Halloween last week, and we had a very important live. It was heartbreaking last Friday. I see you said, say it louder for those in the back. I'm trying. I see you. I need your help.
And went all the way to the age of 13.
She's a liar too.
And this all occurred at your parents' house there. Probably she thought it was in 1977.
She's a liar.
Okay. She's saying she recanted one of the stories where she woke up in the middle of the night and she felt sort of pain in her vagina. And she said that you were putting your inside of her.
It's all lies.
Okay, so I think around June 21st of 2021, we all learned that everyone lies except for Dawn, Candace, and Grandis. We got that one down pat, don't we, friends? Don't we, buddies? Buddy, don't we have that? These are very specific allegations that these women do not want to think about. Pain downstairs. Dawn's like, oh, all a lie. All a lie. All a lie. Everything's a lie.
And went all the way to the age of 13.
She's a liar too.
And this all occurred at your parents' house there. Probably she thought it was in 1977.
She's a liar.
Okay. She's saying she recanted one of the stories where she woke up in the middle of the night and she felt sort of pain in her vagina. And she said that you were putting your inside of her.
It's all lies.
This is all lies?
Yep.
Okay. She said you try to get her to play sex games with her.
Yeah, I've heard all them stories too. All on you. She put it all on YouTube, man.
It's all on YouTube?
All of it. Every bit of it. All the things that you're telling me, she's put on YouTube.
Okay. So you're aware of both allegations then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, she's been saying this ever since my little come up missing. But see, what they don't understand a lot of the case. They don't understand that I was at work.
Okay, so he's being confronted with these accusations. If the detective really had time to dig through the YouTube streets, he would find out that Chris McDonough has a recording of Dawn admitting it. And in his so subtle way of trying to make sense of it, he said they were playing house. Playing house. But now he's saying they don't understand the case. He was at work that day. Now, Candace was adamant in the beginning he was at work. Suddenly that changed to he was home at 3:30. She also said the oldest boy went to work with him. Hello, Fan, where have you been? Fan said, notice though he doesn't say that's not true or that did not happen. He just generally says they're liars. Yep, exactly. You're exactly right. Thank you, Lisa, for the super sticker. Me love you long time. But everyone lies but them.
Yeah, she's been saying this ever since my little come up missing. But see, what they don't understand a lot of the case. They don't understand that I was at work when my daughter come up missing. They don't understand that my 3 boys were at home and they were questioned by FBI and all that. They were questioned by all of them. See, they don't understand.
They were questioned about the disappearance of Summer Wells. Like, where were you? Where was Candace? Nobody was questioned about Jeannie, Mary, and Rhonda. And my understanding is there's 4 others who remain nameless. They weren't on the Hill June 15th to talk about his stepsisters. They were investigating the disappearance of Summer Wells. This gets off the tracks too fast.
And a lot of the cases that I can't even talk about. I'm not supposed to talk about. And I sure ain't going to blab it all over YouTube like these girls have done, my stepsisters.
Yeah, and like I said, I apologize. I don't know anything about that case.
Yeah, that's all over YouTube. My little come up missing.
I'm
She's
sorry
been
to hear
gone
that.
since June 15th. She's been abducted off her property.
2021?
Yeah.
2021? Oh, yeah. I don't think he's even sure.
That's her name.
No, I'm just trying to get through, get your side of this story. I mean, she's saying you used to take her on motorcycle rides and put your finger inside her while you're dating.
She's such a liar. She is such a liar. Hell no. These are all lies, dude. Hell no. How you gonna no?
What?
Never mind.
Donnie?
These are all lies.
Donnie, on Jeannie's case here, Tara Hartman also made a statement on this one. And she said, she just to corroborate what Jeannie was saying, she said Donnie used to give, all the kids a ride on the dirt bike across the field. And, she says he took, one time he took me and it was asking about if my dad touched me and pointed to a vagina or something like that.
Man. This is crazy. How many years ago are we talking anyway, man? I'm freaking like 57 years old, man. What the hell? Just because.
So you're old enough to know better. You're old enough to know better, and you were old enough to know better then.
All of a sudden, my little girl comes up missing. They're going to bring up all this crap because you know what this is about? Do you really want to know what this is about? It's my dad's property and his house.
Now we have more land talk. We heard earlier in the show about the land dispute between the Bernards and Jackie Dobbs. He's saying that all of this is made up over his dad's land. It seems to be quite the stain on this case.
Because they think that my dad is going to feel sorry for me or give me some money. Do you know that first daughter borrowed $20,000 from my dad in the state of mind that he's in when he got a second mortgage or whatever and borrowed a bunch of money for his retirement, and she borrowed $20,000 from him and ain't going to pay him back. Can you arrest her for that? My dad's.
His dad would have to press charges. His dad would have to report that. His dad would have to report that. If that's the case, and that loan or whatever was supposed to be paid back to the dad, then he would have to report that.
Yeah, one time he took me in and it was asking about if my dad touched me and pointed to a vagina or something like that.
Man. This is crazy. How many years ago we talking anyway, man? I'm freaking like 57 years old, man. What the hell? Just because all of a sudden my little girl comes up missing, they're gonna bring up all this crap because you know what this is about? Do you really want to know what this is about? Is my dad's property and his house. Because they think that my dad's gonna feel sorry for me or give me some money. Do you know that first daughter borrowed $20,000 from my dad in the state of mind that he's in when he got like a second mortgage or whatever and borrowed a bunch of money for his retirement, and she borrowed $20,000 from him and ain't gonna pay him back. Can you arrest her for that? My dad's out $20,000, an old man.
If not paying back your parents is a crime, well, I would be in McAlester, Oklahoma, okay? My parents have done a lot for me. Again, we're deflecting. How many of you have loaned money to your kids? We always called a loan and never saw a penny of it back. I know I have. I know I have. I'm not the only one in the club.
She don't plan on ever paying him back. I'm telling you, these girls are wicked. They don't want me to have nothing to do with my dad's estate. They're trying everything they can to keep me away from my dad. They always have, and they always will. They've always done this stuff to me. None of this stuff is new. I mean, like, where in the hell you all been? None of this is new at all. This is stories they've been spreading for years, forever. All this bullshit. I've just never heard it before outright. It's the first time I've ever heard it, but I knew. I've always known they've been spreading lies.
My dad's estate. No offense. I've seen pictures of the house, okay? I wouldn't call it an estate per se, okay? That's just me. All right? He makes it sound like they're the Carringtons of Dynasty or the Ewings from Dallas. Estate. So that is not what the detective called for. So we already changed the subject to Summer, and now we're on the dad's estate.
For years, they've been saying all this. I don't know what all they've been saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what they're saying.
I mean, this ain't nothing. None of this stuff's new. They've been doing this stuff to me my whole life because they don't want me around my dad. They're afraid my dad's going to give me some money or something that they can't give.
Yeah, no, like I said, Donnie, I don't know about all. I'm trying to walk through the allegations so that you can give me your side of the story. That's what I'm trying to do. Because she's saying, like, I guess you went to jail and she was about 13 or 14. You got out, and she's saying the very day you got out, that the day you got out of prison, you stayed there at the house with the family, and she woke up in the middle of the night, and there again you were actually assaulting her.
Again, you were essaying her. And if what I heard was correct, at this point, he would have been 19 years old. So we're not talking about playing house anymore at the age of 12, 13, 14, as if that's not sick enough. Now we're talking about a 19-year-old man. Liz Potter said, word salad. Yep. And the detective obviously brought the ranch. Again, great job from Josh at the lab. He stayed on this. Not going to lie, when I heard the short that came out over the weekend, I had goosebumps.
And she ran to tell your parents. She said she ran to tell your parents, hey, Donnie's been molesting me. And not if any of that rings a bell to you.
No, don't ring no bell to me. It's all lies. Every bit of it's lies.
Okay.
I mean, you watch some of Mary's videos on YouTube, man. She's been caught in so many lies. That's, all this stuff is on YouTube. The whole world has seen all these, I guess, except for the Roy City Police. I don't know.
Okay, so again, we have the YouTube thing coming up. The whole world has seen these, except for the Roy City, Utah police. The police. You think the people in China are on the up and up with the Wells family drama, the estate, the nastiness? We had a great point in comments. Don has already been given land and a whole ass house. That, by the way, he did nothing with. Does he really think he's going to be given more land? Yet supposedly they're so poor.
Well, and who is so who's Rhonda, Donnie?
I have no idea who that is. Rhonda?
Yeah, Rhonda.
I have no idea. Never heard of her.
Okay. Well, she's yeah. Am I pronouncing it wrong?
I have no idea. Never heard. Nope. Have no idea. No clue.
So she's saying she's Jeannie's cousin. And she's saying that when she was 12 years old, she spent the night over with Jeannie at the house there in Roy. And, huh?
This is all bullcrap, man. These girls have all gotten together and come up with lies, and now
I get it, Don, but I didn't even get to what she said. Yeah, let me get to what she says. Okay, you can tell me it's a lie. Well, you can tell me it's a lie. Let me tell you what she said. She said, Donnie came in the room in the middle of the night, moved my underwear to one side, and put something inside my vagina. She's like, I don't know if it was.
He doesn't even let him finish. He just goes, lies, lies, all lies. This is crazy, and it's sick, and it's depraved.
It was a finger or something else. I woke up. She says, I remember wetting myself and kicking him, and he got up and ran out of the room.
This is all bullcrap. I'm trying to tell you, you're not listening.
I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm trying to read, and I'm trying to explain to you the allegations and listen to you. Well, Donnie, so
I guess the theft of the $20,000 from my dad, that would be Jeannie's firstborn daughter, stole $20,000 from my dad in cash money. Okay, I mean that's probably theft or something over 10,000, or what? I mean,
So I will end with this. I keep calling you Donnie. Is that all right? I don't want to
care what she called me.
Okay.
Man, I miss. Give a damn less about me. I'm
All
worried
right,
about somebody that actually matters.
No, that I do understand. I understand that pain. That's terrible. Have they got any good? You got any good leads on that one, or?
No, there's absolutely nothing. And FBI and TBI, which is Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, and all.
Like he doesn't know. He doesn't think TBI in Tennessee means traumatic brain injury. Tracy said, anyone know what happened with Dawn at court? I have not heard. I have not heard what's going on in court today. Also, there's rumors. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. You guys remember that song? That's always what clicks in my head when I hear stuff. That they have to go back to court in January for the boys' case again. It's like a never-ending friggin' nightmare, and Summer is lost somewhere in it.
All that been involved from the beginning. When it first happened, there was over 200 police agencies because we live in the mid United States. So
East Tennessee is hardly the middle of America. We had 200 agencies. That was the search, dipshit. That was the search. FBI, TBI, who thank you, Dawn, for letting the detective know that TBI stands for Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, and Hawkins County are investigating. That's who's investigating. There's not 200 agencies. You know, because we live in the middle of America. No, you don't.
So I will end with this. I keep calling you Donnie. Is that all right? I don't want to
care what you call me.
Okay.
I'm just give it damn less about me. I'm
All
worried
right,
about somebody that actually matters.
No, that I do understand. I understand that pain. That's terrible. Have they got any good? You got any good leads on that one, or?
No, there's absolutely nothing. And FBI and TBI, which is Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, and all that have been involved from the beginning. When it first happened, there was over 200 police agencies because we live in the mid United States, so they come from all over the United States trying to help us find her and locate her. And they flew a helicopter and an airplane for a week straight. On the airplane, they'd fly at night with infrared and just trying to look out. It's so dense with forest and everything like that, you know. But there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, not one clue. We took the lie detector test, me and my wife, for TBI when this first happened, and we've passed the lie detector test, and there's just been absolutely nothing, just nothing but heartbreak. And that was my little girl. I loved her to death. That was, you know, and plus we got 3 boys besides that, you know, so we have 4 kids altogether.
8. You failed to mention that your wife lost 2 children, her son and daughter in Wisconsin, due to child abuse. And you have 2 children from your previous marriage. So no, you have 8. You see, children are not pets. Because you find a new boo at the homeless camp in Arkansas doesn't mean that your last family is erased.
And then you know, it's bad enough all this going on, and then my stepsisters, you know, start something that supposedly happened when we were kids or something, you know, trying to say that I did this to my little girl and this and that. Man, YouTube's...
I'm not trying to say that, Donnie. I'm not trying to say that.
No, not you, but them guys. I know you're not them, but, you know, but...
Yes, detective, please investigate YouTube. You have nothing else to do. Well, you need to sharpen up on your interviewing interrogation skills. I would start with that.
You know, it was all bad enough without all this. And then they just don't want me to have no part of my dad. They've always done this to me. My stepmother stole my dad from my mother. My poor mother has been dealing with this, you know. So we lost our dad. My step family, they gained a dad, and my dad, you know, supported them their whole life. Well, me and my real sisters lost my dad to them.
Well, maybe that was your revenge. Maybe your attacks on your stepsisters were because of your resentment again about the remarriage. I don't know. I'm no psychologist. I'm no psychiatrist. I'd have to bring up Madam Secretary to talk about that. That or you're just a sexual deviant. I don't know. You guys be the judge. Stole my daddy. Stole my daddy. They gained a dad. I lost my daddy. They stole my daddy.
Them, you know, and that's neither here nor there, but they've been doing this kind of thing to me my whole life.
Gotcha.
And I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them. They can go straight to you know where. I'm tired of them.
Well, Donnie, I still gotta do my job, and I know you were upset. Maybe you're still a little upset, but
doing this to me. They've been doing this to me my whole life.
I got
They've
you.
been pushing me around my whole life.
I got you.
I'm tired of them.
You know, but here's the thing I was going to end with, Donnie, is there are some recorded conversations between yourself and Mary, and during these conversations, you mentioned pulling. You said, "Yeah, I remember pulling Mitch Crisp off of you." So it sounded like you kind of remembered that. It sounded like you kind of remembered that incident.
I barely remember that incident, and nothing like what she's saying happened.
Okay,
they
so
were
what
playing
happened?
around.
All right.
They were playing around. They were playing around. I don't know. She's making something out of nothing because nothing happened.
Ripping clothes off and waking up with a sore the JJ sounds like something to me. Call me overly sensitive, but that sounds significant to me. So he's saying Mary and Jeannie, can't speak for Rhonda, he skates right around that, are daddy nappers and liars. Okay? Okay? What's the secret word?
What's today's secret word?
Ooh, interesting question. Let's go and ask Cocky.
Daddy napper. Daddy napper. He stole my daddy. Stole my daddy.
Nothing happened at all. I don't know if they was trying to get serious and trying to do something or what, but I told them to back off and stop, and I helped Mary get up or whatever. That's if I remember right, because I'm not sure that I even remember right, but it seems like I remember something like that. But it was so long ago, and it's like but I know that what she's saying, where they pulled her clothes off or whatever, is all bullcrap. And not only that, if you remember the recorded conversations, she said that her shirt was ripped or something a little bit or something like that.
She said all of you guys tried to take her clothes off.
No, that is such a big lie. Do you think one girl could stop three men? Really? Seriously? If that's what they...
Sounds like she couldn't. Sounds like she couldn't.
Was seriously trying to do? She's such a liar. That is such a lie. Nothing
So what?
like that ever
So what
happened.
happened, Donnie? So I know what Put this thing to
in
bed.
my vaguest memory, they was just playing around or something, but that was nothing happened. Nothing happened. Her clothes was. This is all lies. She's lying, man. She's the biggest liar on YouTube. She made Liar of the Year on YouTube, as a matter of fact. She's a liar. She's about drama. All these women on there.
The thing is, I don't know anything about YouTube, but there's another.
You don't want to.
Yeah, you're right. So there's another recorded conversation, Donnie, where you actually kind of admit. You say you and Jeannie were playing house. You mentioned her putting her hand down your pants at one point. So, I mean, I wouldn't be doing my job if I don't ask you, It sounds like maybe you remember a little bit more than you initially said.
And there it is. Because that's exactly what the victim of daddy napping said. We was just playing house.
Well, yeah, I don't know. This is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. That's all I got to say. This is all lies. It's all lies. Every bit of it. Like I said,
I was hoping you'd clear up this recorded call a little bit, though.
It's all lies. There you go. It's all cleared up. It's all lies. They're lying little witches trying to get me for anything they can to keep me away from my dad, like they always have. This is all bullshit.
And that might be true. I'm just trying to figure out what playing house means. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, Don, please, with your inside voice and your nice words, please explain to us exactly what playing house means. Was Candace wanting to play house with Ernie? Was Candace wanting to play house with Sunshine 420 that she found on Plenty of Fish? Was Candace wanting to play house with Earn the Burn? Please define playing house.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if you can't figure it out, I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
I think what you're telling me is I think what you're telling me is.
I'm not trying to tell you anything.
I know you're not. So all right. So it is what it is, I guess. I'm left with a recorded call about playing house and her sticking her hand down your pants.
It's all bullshit. Well, I can't. I mean, that's what she liked to do. I don't know. If that's what she said, I don't know.
What does she like to do?
I have no idea. I have no idea, bud. Man, how many years ago we talking about? We were little kids. What the hell are we talking about? How many? Come on, man.
We're talking about 70. What did I tell you? 79? No, 77, 78. Let me go back to it here.
I don't know, but it's all lies.
So she's saying.
Utah for.
Trying to answer your first question here, Donnie. So she's saying June. You don't want me to? All right. June 1977, and then the last incident was 85.
This is crazy. No, it's all lies.
Okay. Well, there again, there are allegations that need to be looked into, but so. I'm trying to get to the bottom of 3 cases I've got right now.
These are all lies.
Well, you've got a very distinct voice, Donnie, and so does Mary. I've listened to the calls, and I'm just hoping that you could give me some clarification on it. You mentioned, you're not gonna go into it. I can tell, but you do say some things.
To talk about. This is all lies. This is all bullshit. There was never anything like this. What they're trying to say. There's nothing like this.
Well, what was it then?
There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. No.
Okay. All right, Donnie. I think you've got. I think they gave me a time frame here on this call. I guess you have something else to do or something.
This I do not understand, because there's no time frame for interrogation. Sometimes interrogations go on for hours and hours and hours. And when law enforcement is investigating another crime, which is a very serious crime, by the way, there's no time frame. They can't get an interrogation and an interview, whatever you want to call it, done in a time frame. What else does he have to do? What else does he have to do? This is crazy. They get one pass after another. But I know what you need to do. You need to get your umbrellas because our girl Pat K made it rain. It's raining, it's pouring, OJ is snoring.
Is there anything else I should know about or you want to say?
Yeah, are we done here, sir?
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time.
And that's where it ends. Please go to the lab, catch all of part 1, all of part 2, because it is maddening. It's maddening. If somebody can drop the link for the lab, please do. He does amazing work. And he's not trying to. He's just matter of fact with old Don. And I can't wait for Don to defend this. I can't wait. Honestly, not gonna lie, if you guys have time, do you guys have a few more seconds for me? This isn't even the most disturbing thing we've heard out of Don. No, not at all. Thank you, Madam Secretary. There is the link right there for the lab. I see you said yep. Nana said absolutely. Two Boston Mom says, what else could old Donnie have to do? He's in jail. Yeah. Very disappointed in law enforcement. I really am. And I back the blue. You know I do. Again, this is from Criminal, who put together some of the most disturbing things Don has ever said.
Hello there. I've been following Summerwell's case since the beginning, and I felt like going over some of the disturbing things which have been said by Summerwell's father, Don Wells. As heartbreaking as they may be, I do believe they are important when it comes to understanding the brain of one of the main suspects. Number 1. Giving props to his now adult daughter for not complaining about getting raped on her 18th birthday.
As soon as she turned 18, he raped her on her 18th birthday.
Jesus.
Yeah, because he knew once she turned 18, there wasn't a whole lot she could do about it or whatever. On her 18th fucking birthday. Pretty crazy. There was things she could do, but she didn't go crying. She don't go crying and for all attention and blah, blah, blah. She dealt with it.
Now, as a daddy, why would you give props to your daughter? He even goes on to say, she just sucked it up and didn't cause no trouble for nobody. Now, as a daddy, why would you not go hunt down the bastard yourself? Why? Why would you not take her to the hospital? Why would you not alert the police? She just dealt with it. I give her props. She didn't draw no attention. And now we hear him talking to the detective in Utah. You see, women mean nothing to Don.
I got to give my daughter props on that.
Number 2. If Dawn said just one harsh word to Summer, she would break down crying.
If I said one little word to her, she would just start crying, and I'd have to apologize 10 times. Say, Summer, I'm sorry. I didn't, she would just It killed her if I said anything like that.
Number 3. Bringing to words the most vicious acts which he thinks might have been done to his missing daughter.
Somebody has hurt her, probably sexually, maybe beat the fuck out of her, probably killed her.
S.A. beat the F out of her, probably killed her. He tried to taunt Brandy Neal with this. As you remember, it was recorded backstage where Daisy and Dawn were being horrible to Brandy Neal, and she had one simple request: leave my son out of these conversations about the wells. Very simple request. The right answer would have been like, oh, okay, no problem. But instead it was a double down and they attacked her. So these same things he was trying to put into Brandy's head, and the more she kept saying, I can't even think about those things, he just kept going.
Number 4. Not wishing prison upon the person who took his daughter.
So what do you think should happen? What do you think should happen?
I have to leave it to God, you know, and I know what prison's like. And I have mercy for anybody who's in prison, because you're lucky if you get out of there alive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So would you want to see this person in prison?
I don't know if I could do that, let's be honest with you.
Yeah. No.
Why would you not want the person in prison? This is one of the first statements he made that blew my mind. Why would you not want justice for your daughter? I've been to prison. I don't know if I can do that, to be honest with you.
It just depends on all the circumstances, you know.
Number 5. Going on and on about how much Summer loved him instead of the other way around.
Yeah, she had to be by me. She just had to be by me.
That's her personality.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she loves me to death.
We had such a great love for each other. She loved me, and I don't know why I've never had someone love me that much in my life. And so it's been awesome, you know, between me and her. And so it has killed me.
She didn't want her mother. She only wanted me. I just couldn't believe it, you know, she only wanted me. I've never had anybody love me like that. She says, but Daddy, I just want to be with you.
Number 6. He always knew something would happen to her.
I just always had this feeling that something was going to happen to her. I've always knew that something was going to happen to Summer.
Why? Why would you have that type of premonition that you thought something would happen to her and not get cameras around your house? If you have that type of premonition that something's going to happen to your daughter, for one, you wouldn't have her around Candace. And shame on people like Kathy, Robin, and a few others that let Candace around their minor children. But if you have that type of premonition where you think something's going to happen, wouldn't you take the precautions?
Something in my gut has always told me.
Number 7. Blaming the children.
They're all glued to that damn TV and their games on their phones. He just started crying. I don't even remember what I said to him or what. And he says, Dad, it's not my fault. You know, and he was crying. I said, I know, son. I know it's not your fault.
What was your other voice saying?
I told my wife that if he would have went downstairs with Summer like she wanted him to, she probably wouldn't be gone. He feels like he's kind of guilty.
A lot of times the boys would be inside and we'd be like, where's Summer? Why'd you leave her out there alone? You know, go get Summer now. You know, and that's happened over and over again.
I don't know why, but they're dealing with it okay more than me, and they're doing a lot better than me and Candace are. I don't know why that is, but I don't know.
She loved to be outside all the time. That was her, unfortunately, her downfall.
Number 8. Sexualizing a 12-year-old.
That little girl right there, I think her at the park. That poor little girl, she's got a body from hell.
She's 12. That poor little girl, she's got a body from hell. Now, how, as a grown man, would you even look at a 12-year-old and think something like that? Muscle said, "You are disgusting." It's always black people. What is Dawn's deal with black people? She's got black people all over at the park. Like he was talking about Mary. And he said she had a big booty and big old jugs and black people were after her. Again, my husband is as white can get. He's so white, he's ethnic, truly. He likes big buns and big jugs too. But it's always black people are all over her at the park.
How old is she?
What, 13? How old?
What, is she half black?
12. There's 12.
Number 9. Claiming he knows where Summer's at.
Damn, my daughter's probably on the fucking streets right now somewhere. Nobody's listening to me.
Donnie, we can't do anything.
I know where she's at. She's in a fucking motel room somewhere with some fucking weirdo. Fucking motherfucker trying to sell her for a little bit of crack cocaine.
Trying to sell Summer for crack cocaine. Seems like you know what you're talking about, Dawn.
I know how it works.
He said, "I know how it works."
Fucking motel room.
Donnie, stop letting your fucking mind go there, okay?
I've already been there. I've seen
Stop
it.
it.
I'm just telling you what I'm telling you what I've seen with my own eyes.
I believe that you have seen this.
Number 10. Again, more disturbing ideas on what might have happened. And remember, these statements were made just within a couple of weeks after Summer went missing.
I don't want to think she's dead, but it's a possibility.
Well, I'll see her in the resurrection. As long as I keep the commandments and I do what I'm supposed to do, I'll see her in the commandments. If that's the case,
My biggest fear is, her being tormented or locked in a dungeon or basement or
Her being locked in a dungeon or basement or something.
something.
statistically speaking, I mean, there's a good chance she's already dead if you look at it statistically.
These were the most disturbing things said by this man which came to my mind. But sadly, this list could go on forever. We don't know if he had anything.
And good point by Criminality. If someone could put her link in here, she has a great channel. Somebody wants to know what Coin Pusher is. You came to the right place. Please hold on. I believe I have a video. Yes, hold on. I will show you what Coin Pusher is. If you want, you can join the team. You have to get with Peas in a Pod. She's in here. She's the captain of our Olympic coin pushing team. So it's hard to pick. What do you think is the most disturbing thing Dawn has said in the 2+ years we have talked about Summer Wells? All right, for those that don't know, here's the Coin Pusher. This is Candace's favorite game.
Pusher, a $2 start. Hold that skill stop button. We're going to do $1 on this side and $1 on this side. Let's see if we make back more than $2. Oh, come on. Good push. Oh, that was, wait, second wave. All right, let's see what we got back. $1.25. Okay.
Woo! Made $1.25. Me tell you what, it takes skill, and there's a certain uniform you have to wear. If you saw my Halloween costume, it's on the members live. I was a coin pusher for Halloween. Well, I want to say thank you to all of you guys for being here today. Angie Baby became a new member. Laura is a new member. Angie Baby already was one. Thank you, everyone, for the super stickers, for gifting memberships, and as always, just being the coolest bunch on the block. Want to say thank you to the mods, because I know things get crazy and hectic, but you guys always keep it together with class and sass. So I'm going to see you back here tomorrow if I don't see you in one of the Facebook groups or Discord. I think we're going to have 2 shows tomorrow. I've got to see if I can get the other one worked out. I got some catching up to do because I missed you guys yesterday. It was a crazy day. But thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day, you old strangers.